I think it's fair to call Bowman a trailblazer. You know, I've looked at the life of Jackie Robinson. And so when the Brooklyn Dodgers made that decision, they were very careful to pick somebody who could withstand the slings and arrows that would be coming. You know, the unfairness, the slurs and all that. Maybe Coach Dawson saw something in Tommy that allowed him to see he had the character to withstand it.
Athens is about halfway between Waco and my hometown in northeast Texas.
He stopped at a Texaco service station there in Athens. And working at that service station was a man named Granville Creighton, which was a black man.
He was putting the gas in the car and he saw the sticker on the back of my windshield said Baylor University Parking. And he said, you go to Baylor? And I said, well, I work there. He said, what do you do? And I said, I'm a basketball coach. And he said, he was putting gas in the car at the time, and he turned around and he said, well, we got the best basketball player in the state right here.
That was the first time Carroll Dawson, the assistant basketball coach for Baylor, had ever heard of Tommy Bowman.
When he got through checking the tires and cleaning the windshield, I said, well, where does he live? And he said, well, he lives right down the street, about a mile, or 3/4 mile, I think what he said. He said, there's 3 houses at the end. He's at the last house on the left before you get to the end street. And I said, okay, thank you. And so I took off down this road.
Coach Dawson pulled up to the house and introduced himself to Bowman's mother, who was shelling peas on a swing in the front yard. The two of them shelled peas together for an hour and a half and talked about Baylor.
I sold Coach Menifee and myself on that because every mother wants to know, no matter whether black, white, or whatever, that their child's gonna be taken care of. And so I knew that. And I knew if I could get her believing in me and Baylor, that Tommy had a good chance of following.
He sold her, and if I had not come to Baylor, I think she probably would have kicked me out of the house. So it never occurred to me that I was the first black to receive an athletic scholarship. Never thought about it. But I was so, I guess, overcome by what was going on and the fact that I had intentions and hopes of going to a junior college there in Athens. And now all of a sudden here I am at Baylor University. I was just overcome with that.
Despite attending segregated schools most, if not all of their lives, several of Bowman's teammates had spent summers playing integrated pickup games.
I think an integrated team is just different. You can't help but notice, you know, he's black, I'm white. I mean, that's obvious. But it's just not something you'd think about. And I never thought about that part of it.
Nobody made me feel as if they were pretending. Nobody made me feel as if they were catering to me. They just received me and accepted me as one of the players, one of the students, one of the guys. And that made me comfortable. That made me very comfortable. I can't recall ever being uncomfortable with the Baylor basketball team from day one.
We didn't care a whole lot about what color you were, just can you make that shot, can you rebound, are you going to be a good teammate? And so I think it works in basketball because you want the best players out there. And so Tommy was certainly one of our best players, and he was always out there. And everybody said, yeah, you know, why wouldn't he be out there? He's one of our best players.
If you went across America or gone across America and had to pick the perfect guy to be the first black player, you would probably pick Tommy Bowman. I was so lucky in this deal because he was a perfect fit. He had the right amount of pride and he had the right amount of humility because people wouldn't realize how tough it was in those days. And it was not easy. And he was perfect to be the first person.
Bowman doesn't consider being the first an accomplishment. It's a fact that won't change today, tomorrow, or even next year. But he does recognize the significance of being the first to walk through the door that Coach Dawson opened, a door that thousands of young black men and women have followed him through.
I've had players that have come subsequent to my coming and have told me that they knew about me, they knew of me, and that they were proud to emulate me because they thought I had done a terrific job in being the first.
While paving the way, however, Bowman did occasionally face resistance.
There was a couple of places I was worried about because, and I told him, I said, now look, you're going to get in a situation here where if you react, that's what they want you to do. And I said, just ignore them and play your game. And I said, let your game do the talking for you.
And that's exactly what he did. Over the course of his career, Bowman recorded 24 double-doubles and averaged 13.7 points and 9.7 rebounds. And in 2018, he was inducted into the Southwest Conference Hall of Fame.
As I look back on it, I can see the hand of God on this thing. And I feel like I was preordained to be at Baylor University.
I still get emotional now, and it's been 60-something years. But mainly it's because of him and the faith he put in Baylor and me and Coach Menifee, and we did everything we could not to let him down. He certainly didn't let us down, or Baylor.